You know the feeling. You spot a golden retriever across the street, and immediately there is an almost embarrassing gravitational pull to walk through moving traffic just to say hello to a stranger's animal. There is a clear line between thinking pets are cute and being the kind of person who quietly tracks a dog the moment it walks into a room. The kind of person who notices exactly when it settles near your feet and feels for a second like you've been chosen. You have likely said things out loud into the fur of a dog that you have never managed to articulate to another living human being. That level of intensity serves as a highly specific, very quiet psychological indicator of exactly how your nervous system measures safety. To understand why a dog commands that kind of real estate in your brain, we have to look at what you were like before you ever loved one, specifically your early emotional history. This diagram illustrates a core concept in attachment theory. Attachment theory is the psychological framework for how humans learn to connect with others based on early childhood relationships. For many people, early environments were highly conditional. Love came with fine print. Affection flowed only if you passed through certain gates, expectations, judgments, and hoops to jump through just to earn the room you were standing in. A dog shatters those gates. An animal is practically incapable of evaluating your life choices or your status. They have never once looked at you and thought you could be doing better. If your human relationships have historically felt unpredictable or unsafe, your nervous system spends years bracing for the next shift in mood. When you encounter a creature that is completely consistent, one that doesn't change the rules on you depending on the day, that steadiness lands deep in your biology. Seeking out that non-judgmental company operates as a highly effective, unconscious strategy. It is a way to experience deep connection while entirely bypassing the exhausting terms and conditions that humans usually demand. That feeling of safety has a proven biological mechanism. In 2015, a landmark study published in the journal Science by researcher Takefumi Nagasawa mapped exactly how this bond operates on a chemical level. This split-screen diagram shows Nagasawa's work. When a dog and a human look into each other's eyes, there is a synchronized release of oxytocin in both brains, the bonding hormone. This is the exact same chemical process that bonds a human mother to her newborn infant. The dog sitting next to you actively manufactures the chemical sensation of love inside your brain every single time they meet your gaze. Living closely with that process forces a behavioral byproduct. When you spend years interpreting a creature that communicates entirely without language, you have to pay attention to subtle physical cues. You practice reading emotional states that aren't spelled out for you. Over time, that sustained attention builds a hyper-vigilant empathy, a sharpened emotional radar that inevitably carries over into how you analyze the humans around you. That sharpened radar often leads to a delicate realization. Sometimes people gravitate toward animals simply because the emotional contract is cleaner. Dogs are easier than people. They avoid the chaos of human anxiety entirely. They don't gaslight you. They don't suddenly go cold for reasons they refuse to explain. They never make you feel insane for needing a little reassurance. Instead, you get a companion whose motives are entirely legible. If they want to be near you, they walk over and lean against your leg. The math is simple. If you have ever looked at your dog and thought, "You are the only one who gets me," that serves as a quiet signal. It reveals that somewhere along the line, closeness with other humans started to feel dangerous. The bond you share with a pet acts as an internal mirror. It shows you exactly what a safe harbor looks like, while simultaneously highlighting exactly where your human relationships are failing to provide one. There is a specific type of loneliness common among people who love animals. It is the distinct isolation of standing in a crowded room full of people and still feeling completely unseen. A dog cures that exact isolation. They serve as an unedited witness. They watch you cry on the bathroom floor or eat cereal for dinner 3 nights in a row. They see you at your absolute least composed, and they stayed anyway. They saw the messy, unpolished version of your life, and they actively chose to remain in the room. That is exactly why losing them wrecks you in a way you are rarely prepared for. Mourning a dog means losing the single relationship in your life that required zero performative effort. It is the loss of the one place you didn't have to put on a show to be accepted. Knowing that, there is an inherent paradox in getting a dog. You understand the terms from the very first day. You know their lifespan is tragically short, and you sign the contract anyway. Leaning into a temporary bond like that takes a specific form of courage. You have experienced a kind of love that doesn't come with conditions attached. You know exactly what it feels like to be loved well, and you decided long ago that you weren't going to take it for